We're in a very difficult situation of meeting people's expectations. When it comes to restaurants, you're essentially pre-buying to a certain extent, words on a piece of paper being the menu. And unlike music, art, and clothing, you don't have the ability to see it. You don't have the ability to smell it, maybe even taste it, before you basically commit to buying it, right? So you also create all these expectations, and that's where the most complaints come. Best new restaurant. In Canada, people come, they're like, I've had better meals elsewhere. I think near the end of the Hoof and Bar Isabel, that's when I learned how important service was to overexceed your expectations. I think service in general is more memorable than food. When I think of all my best meals in the world, so many of them, if not all of them, have to do with the interaction of a human being. I remember eating on the coast of Spain, and it was this gentleman who carved a whole fish with 2 spoons and, scooped out this little piece of gelatin behind the eye of a fish and put it on my plate and, told me stories, and, that's what you remember. I don't remember what the gelatinous thing behind the eye tasted like. So we really try to make our staff understand that.
I think since properly, I think it's like more. His passing was 33. He's blaming it on me. He's blaming it on me. Yeah.
It's their anniversary. I'm going to start them with some cava. Okay.
Whatever runs up first is going to turn into Acadian Gold from New Brunswick.
Yeah, just going back to that steak, I guess that was a complaint.
It's happened a couple times recently, so I just want to make sure we're having that conversation.
And when someone sends something back, especially like a steak, you never question the validity of whether you think they're right or wrong. They are right. Kind of say, understand that, hey, we've done this wrong, no problem. We'll get you a steak. We'll make it to, how you want it, and that's it. It's not about fighting. Our goal is to make the customer feel comfortable to complain so that if they don't like it, let's get it off the table and let's get them something they like. The biggest asshole will be, your best client if you handle it correctly by the end of the evening. Everyone's just screw this person, or screw these people, let's just get through. I'm like, no, look for the opportunities to blow them away. Jeff, how are you? The way we approach most things is if we can do something better ourselves or give ourselves more control, then we always tend to do whatever it is in-house. And, bread's one of those battles where we choose to make it ourselves. We used to just bake for Bar Isabel from here. Now we bake for all the restaurants, right? We do gluten-free hamburger buns for Harry's, all the baked goods, pastries, and bread for Raval. The product we get is, it's fully controlled by us, and even if it costs us money to make it, it's worth it. And when it comes to the ice program and the ice cubes we used, it's, we strategically pick ice machines depending on our cocktail program and our drink program at each bar. A lot of people don't understand that 2-inch ice cube costs us $1.50 for an ice cube. But when you see it in a glass and you can see right through it while you're drinking your cocktail, it's a special experience. Our choices are always kind of quality first, and then how can we, try to make it work from a business perspective. The idea that one person in that dining room, I know, is not going to like their food or not going to like their service or not going to like their experience, and that eats away at me. That's really tough for me to stomach. No matter how busy, how successful, how many top 10 lists, whatever, it's the idea of not being able to please everyone kind of doesn't sit well with me. That's a big thing in my career. I think too many people, settle for mediocrity sometimes. Good enough is not good enough. Don't stop until you're 100% completely satisfied. I will often refer to the analogy of me being like a female pig, like a sow. You know, I got maybe 12 nipples, you know what I mean? But I got like 200 babies. It's not that they personally need nurturing, although some of them definitely do, but it's like their careers need nurturing. And that's why we're opening new places, because, you know, a lot of them are for other people and not just for me.